Good morning. Welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi, and welcome back from that pressured night. Arsenal up against Benfica. We thought we were getting out. And it's time for your player ratings. We're going to be looking at some of those players with the terrific performances, some of those players that actually did a lot of work to see us through, try to reward them and see how much does everybody get. It was a very nice performance in the end. Arsenal managing to squeeze through against Benfica, a side that I didn't see very serious. I don't know why, but they didn't play the kind of football we know them to play. They didn't play that kind of football that, that we identify with them, or that identifies with them. I just didn't see that kind of Benfica. They were so sloppy. It was like they were already prepared to get out of the competition, and for me, they didn't give us a challenge, and that's why I would have been very fuming if we got out at that point in time, because Benfica, they didn't fight. They never put up a fight. The two goals they scored, actually the three goals they scored in both legs, one is a penalty, the other is a free kick. So two set piece goals, and then they have one gifted goal from Dani Ceballos. They absolutely never tried to challenge Arsenal, and for me that is what actually made the point. How can we get out of the Europa League? How can we be dumped out of it, out of the Europa League by a club that even shows very less interest? So I'm going to be looking at some of the player ratings and see how these players did actually fare out. And we'll start with LENO, King LENO. For me, LENO gets a 7 out of 10. I think yesterday he conceded two goals, which I think were not his fault. The first goal, the free kick, I think he should have balanced he should have balanced better his goal post, but that was very tricky, and he absolutely had no chance in the end of that goal. And then the second goal, I think Dani Ceballos missed times where LENO is, and LENO cannot actually catch up with the run. So he's beaten to it. I don't think other than that, there are so many other points to critique about LENO. I don't think he had the nightmare. He never kept a clean sheet. He would have wanted to, but I think he had a very good day in office. So for me, LENO gets that 7 out of 10, and we actually move on with that. Hector Bellerin, French Montana, the stylist, the hairstylist, the fashionista, gets a 4 out of 10. Yeah, yesterday he never had a good game. That we should be very frank. Bellerin never had a good game yesterday. His performances were not there. His performances were just not there. Just look at how he was trying to bring in crosses all the time, not going past the first defender, No, I don't think he was good enough yesterday. I just don't think he was good enough. I'll give him a 4 out of 10, and we roll with that. Yesterday, French Montana, I was not impressed by his performance. TIERNEY, another player that I think we've been missing a lot. And this is not because I like TIERNEY or what or something like that, but I think whenever TIERNEY is on the pitch, there is something different Arsenal get. There is something different he gives us as a team. There is something different he gives us as a player. And I'll give him that 7 out of 10 because he scored the second goal. What a beauty. That's what you need from a modern fullback. That's what you need from a modern, fullback. You've got to play like a winger. You need them to play like wingers. Try to score some goals. Try to create some chances here and there. And that's for me. For me, that's the problem I have with Heki. He never tries. He never tries to go out there. And try to do things. He's always, pushing that ball backward, passing sideways. It's like it's not he's not meant to be a fullback. David LUIZ yesterday, he wasn't so sloppy. I shouldn't say he was so sloppy. Of course, I'm gonna ask myself, Dani Ceballos heading that ball backwards to LENO. Where is Gabriel MAGALHAES? Where is David LUIZ? And that's the question we've got to ask ourselves. Yeah, he never had a bad game. I think he had a good night yesterday. But in that position where Ceballos is, one of our defenders is supposed to be there. One of our one of our defenders is supposed to be there, but I'm gonna give him a flat 5. I'm gonna give him a flat 5. I think he never had a bad one with his partner Gabriel MAGALHAES. I'm also going to give Gabriel a 5. Yeah, he's a little bit sloppy these days, and all of us do understand. But I think he's not having nightmares anymore. And I think he's, slowly he's getting his form back. I think Mikel Arteta is doing a lot of work when it comes to guidance and all those kind of stuff, trying to guide him and here and there. So I think he'll catch up, later. He's just 22 years of age. We don't need to be so hard on him. Granit Xhaka, the man in the midfield. I think he did the midfield work so well, and I don't have any problems with him. I don't have any issues with him, as regards to yesterday. I think he manned the midfield very well, especially when Thomas Partey had not yet come on, trying to pass the long balls, trying to pass the shorter passes, trying to block Benfica in the midfield. I didn't have any issues with with him as well. I think he had a very good game, so I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Granit Xhaka. Make no mistake, so many people might actually come out and say maybe Xhaka didn't have a good game, but for me, still, I think he had a very, very good game yesterday. The man himself, Granit Xhaka. Dani Ceballos, costing us 2 goals in the same match, but look, I don't think Ceballos had a bad game. The first foul is a foul that anybody can commit, at any particular point in time. So I don't think it was a really big deal. But the only thing I saw about Dani Ceballos yesterday is he tried to play like the Dani Ceballos we have always wanted to see. He tried to play like that kind of player, who links up play from back to front, and that's what Arsenal need. A box-to-box player when Thomas Partey is away. Those stands in the midfield, those diagonal passes, I love them. Despite his mistakes, I think he had a very good game. He had a very, very good game. Emile Smith-Rowe did not play behind the strikers, but actually played far wide on the left. Of course, if we want them to play in the same lineup, then one of them has to get compromised. It's either going to be Martin Odegaard or Emile Smith-Rowe, and Smith-Rowe is the one getting compromised these days. He plays wider on the left, and I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game. He did do so many exceptional things. I think it is really affecting him. It's really affecting him. He wants to play behind the strikers. He wants to be the brain that thinks for the team, tries to get that those short balls in, the long balls in, the through balls in, and we saw him doing it for 10 consecutive games in the Premier League when he had been introduced in the side, and I think it's now affecting him, being dashed off to the sides. But I think he will actually get eventually get used to it, and I think he never had a bad game. That's the truth. He never had a bad game, Emile Smith-Rowe. So let us give him a 6 out of 10 and roll with that one. 6 out of 10. Emile Smith-Rowe. Martin Odegaard, the number 10. He was involved. That's the first thing, and I really like players that really get involved, and that's why I like Kevin. That's why I like players like Thiago and Bruno and Pogba. They get involved, and the beauty with Martin Odegaard is that he gets involved. Whether you're defending, whether you're on the back foot, whether you're on the front foot, he's always there. He's always getting involved, getting that ball, passing it, sideways, getting that ball, passing it, in front, trying to create chances. The third goal we created, it was Martin Odegaard to Saka, and then Saka to Aubameyang. So you could see, the food chain. There is a way he links the food chain, and for me, I really like and rate such kind of players. So Martin Odegaard gets for me that 7 out of 10. He had a very good performance yesterday. Bukayo Saka, the wonder kid, wonder SAKABLUD. You understand, man? Saka had a very nice performance. 2 assists on his name. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, converting 2 times, and it was beautiful, wasn't it? 19 years of age, and he still proves that he is the pillar, he is the stone Arsenal can rely on. And for me, that makes things even more interesting. The age 19 years of age, a teenager, now engaged in 8 goals in no competition. Actually, 8 goals in Europa League in the last 2 seasons for Arsenal. What do you have to say? Bukayo Saka, 9 out of 10 man of the match. I can't give it to Aubameyang. I really can't give it to Aubameyang. It should be Bukayo Saka. His performance was very, very epic, majestic, terrific, so good. Aubamaclatyang, or Aubamaclatyang gets for me that 8 out of 10. He had a very good performance, and I thought he would be our man of the match. But you've got to give it to Saka. But Aubameyang, converting 3 times. He did convert 3 times. And he got 3 chances on goal. Imagine. And of course, 1 was offside. But I think, I've already said that at times you need that kind of striker. You need that kind of player that's going to get 2 chances and convert them. Because look at the first goal. Aubameyang converts. That's a goal that was a little bit tricky. Many strikers could miss it. If it was Olivier Giroud, that's not a goal. The Olivier Giroud at Arsenal, not the Olivier Giroud at Chelsea. But the second goal he scores in the right place, at the right time, just onside, scores that, and then we are through. And actually, I won a bet. I think I had placed a halftime bet, Arsenal to win full time. With Betway, and actually won a bet, so you could see how things really went out good for me. So we are waiting for that draw, and I'll actually come here and try to give you the Europa League draw if Arsenal do not get Manchester United or Tottenham. Please don't, and let's give us AC Milan. We can fight with those ones. So have a blessed day, smash a like on the video, and I'll speak to you in the next one.